Hey, my name is Richmond, and you have landed onto my YouTube channel. Um, I've been trying to get this channel off the ground for the longest time, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So I have a bit of time this week. So this is one of a couple of videos that I'm planning to do, and this one is about rejection. I've been dealing with a situation over the past few weeks, where basically I got rejected. And I think it was because I got ahead of myself. But this particular video is about rejection in the greater sense, not just about, relationship situations. So sometimes your clothes reject you because you're gaining weight. Sometimes you don't get the job you were hoping to get, etc., etc., etc. So in those type of situations, I always think that it's important to try and just analyze the situation from the outside before you start, pointing fingers. Just stand on the outside and look at what everyone did in the particular situation. In my situation, for example, the person was coming out of a relationship and trying to get into two relationships straight after. And I was just not having it. I was just not trying to be, one of two people, one of three people in the relationship situation. And I could have gone on a tangent and started blaming myself for it. Actually, I did blame myself for it. But the question isn't always about, oh, what's wrong with me? Oh, do I not look as great as I thought I did? Or is my personality not up to standard? That type of thing. You always go into those self-doubting moments. But what this situation actually told me that this person was not ready to receive what I was offering because of their own demons, and that, you know what, actually nothing is wrong with me. So sometimes it's just important to just stand on the outside and look at that perspective before pointing fingers, especially before you point fingers at yourself, because you do not want to be doing that. I'm sorry, my eyes are everywhere because I still don't know where to look into the camera and whatever. So I hope it doesn't look like I have crazy eyes or something. Where was I? Oh, yes. So before you point fingers, just sometimes it's not you. So stand on the outside and just analyze the situation. And it could so happen that it actually wasn't you. Like in my case, it really was nothing to do with me. But the flip of the coin is also that sometimes you do have to look at yourself. In my situation, I was on the right side, but it so does happen that sometimes you can be the reason for your own rejection. Say you applied for a job and maybe there were certain requirements for this job, and you did not say in your cover letter that you meet these requirements, and there's no space in your CV that specifies that you do. Then you might just be, it might be your own fault that you get rejected. So I always say that there are certain things that always work for me when I'm rejected, because this is not the first time it happens. It's not the first time, but I won't go into detail. But this is always what works for me. I mourn or I grieve my rejection. Some people grieve with alcohol, some with food. Mine is just crying. When something bad happens, I just get into my bed and I cry it out of my system. So I just take a nice good cry. I once wrote a proposal for a TV show and it got rejected. And the only thing that could save me was to just take a nice bath, get into my bed and take a good cry. So it's important to just always mourn the situation. It helps you get, all those feelings out, all those emotions out. I shouldn't have had the TV on. Anyways, so, and then once that is over, I always tell myself that don't allow the situation to control your future. I try. It's tiring to dwell on those things, so I always try not to dwell on those too much because you'll just end up becoming more unhappy. And one thing not working out does not equal to you being a failure completely in life. So I do have days where I feel like, you know what, I'm a failure in terms of relationships, but then I then remember that I'm only 22 years old. So one day things will work out. But so if a guy doesn't like you, it doesn't mean you'll never find love. And that business deal that you didn't get, it doesn't mean that you won't get another one. So for me, it's always a matter of stop dwelling on it. Use what you've learned to improve yourself so that when the next opportunity comes, you are on your A game. So those are my two things for when dealing with rejection is that mourn it, but then also don't let it control your future because you don't want to live in a negative complex in terms of your future. So that's my 2 cents on dealing with rejection. I hope this video has helped you in one way or another. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Richmond Sajini. And please read my blog. And yeah, I look forward to doing more of these kind of videos. Like I said, I think this week I will have some time. I need to maneuver how the editing and whatever works. So pray for me. Thumbs up this video. Share this video with your friends. All those nice things. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Bye bye.